Welcome to Table for 92. Element number 8, oxygen. It's number 8 because it has exactly 8 protons within its nucleus. For oxygen, we're making a nice oxygenated autumn soup. Oxygen, not just Oprah's TV channel. It's so much more. Oxygen is incredibly important to life on Earth, because as we understand life, water needs to be around, and water is made of 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. And of course, oxygen is 21% of Earth's atmosphere, but it hasn't always been that way. The Earth is 4.543 billion years old, plus or minus 50 million years. But oxygen didn't really exist on Earth in any meaningful way until the Great Oxidation Event starting about 2.4 billion years ago. It is thought that the increase of oxygen started with cyanobacteria, a kind of algae that represents some of the earliest life forms on Earth. They use chlorophyll to obtain energy from light, so not so borophyll after all, Billy Madison. Wouldn't have an atmosphere capable of sustaining complex life on Earth, Billy Madison. Water is H2O, algae live in water. Where was that oxygen back then? Well, the seawater back then, billions of years ago, was mostly anoxic, meaning the water did not contain dissolved oxygen. This is also thought to be a major contributing factor to the Permian extinction that occurred about 251.9 million years ago, which was absolutely the worst extinction event in Earth's history. Like upwards of 90% of life went extinct, and we're still trying to figure out the exact reasons that happened. But anoxic waters definitely seems like it was a part of the reason. And also, it used to be thought that during the time of the dinosaurs, especially during the late Jurassic, that oxygen levels were a lot higher than today, lending to some of the dinosaurs' huge size. But that has now been disproven. Yeah, paleontologists are still trying to figure out how the biggest dinosaurs got to be upwards of 70 tons. So oxygen was discovered by British chemist Joseph Priestley. By using a burning lens, focused the sun's rays on mercuric oxide and then trapped the oxygen and isolated the gas O2. He first tested this gas on mice and was surprised at how long they were able to live. So I guess he killed a bunch of mice. Then he tested it on himself and probably got a nice little buzz. Even though Priestley was a brilliant scientist, he got into trouble with his politics. He was a big supporter of the American and French revolutions that were going on at the time. So yeah, it's not a great idea to cheer on the countries that your country are at war with. So in 1781, a mob burned his house down in Birmingham, and he ended up fleeing to the US and settling in Pennsylvania. Now, of course, there's oxygen in this soup. There's water in it. Yeah, so slurping soup is frowned upon in American culture and a lot of other cultures, but not so much in other parts of the world. And that's because slurping soup will increase the oxygen as you're taking it in, and that increases the flavor. It's the same thing as oxygenating wine. So this wine pourer I have, it's a beautiful elk's head. It was a gift to me because I'm a hunter, but when actually using it, it kind of looks like the elk is vomiting blood into my glass. But, it increases the flavor, which counteracts the image of an elk vomiting blood into my glass. Oxygen has an absolutely fascinating history with the evolution of life on Earth and its association with the Permian extinction. Those kind of things are really important to understand so we can notice if it's happening in environments today. That's one of the many reasons paleontology is a really important study. Thank you, and see you next time.